Hello, happy Tuesday. I am the Mocking Dirk, and with me are my co-hosts, Haven and the ever revolting Mocking Kelb.
Revolting, no. I think more like
Kelb, what did
ever evolving.
Okay. What do I just say about the volume?
Ever evolving multi-kelb.
Ever evolving multi-kelb. Okay.
Yes.
Happy Tuesday. It's August 4th. How are we guys doing today?
Smoking a blunt.
Smoking a blunt?
Yeah. Which I'm going to pass.
You gonna pass?
Yep. Started up new drugs lately. Like Miller Lite. Miller Lite is a new beauty. I didn't really care for Miller Lite for a while.
You know, I didn't say it's bullshit time yet.
Oh.
I said, how are you doing?
Oh, well, that's how I was doing. I just got to say, Miller Lite it's a solid beer. It's a solid beer. I'm not gonna disappoint your dad.
Haven, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Is it because of the wolves?
Yeah.
Is it because of the fights?
Yeah.
Is it because of the strippers?
No.
Oh, that's ridiculousness now.
Even better, Rob Deer Neck!
How did twerking videos get up to... Whatever. Okay,
I
so we'll talk about the Chanel West Coast topics next time. Not that we have Chanel West Coast topics, but we will now.
Can you, one thing. The bong over there. Can you remove the bong from the front of the camera? Or front of the microphone?
Why?
Because I want to take I always do a little video of everything, but I just don't want the bong. I always zoom in on the camera.
So you're fine with the very first thing you say is, I'm smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
But when you advertise the podcast, you don't want the bong being shown.
Correct.
Okay.
You're late.
I just wanted to clear that up.
I don't want to be visual with my...
Own up to your drug addiction like a man, Kelby.
Hey, I have to work, dog.
That's your choice. You can be a communist.
Or socialist.
That's for next week. Oh, is that what it sounds like? Shit. Feel bad for the listeners now. Oh boy. Alright, let's get into it. Some housekeeping notes really quick. So we are currently as the lead editor, I do a very poor job. I think the editing comes out alright, but I'm very slow about it. So I'm going to try to start getting these episodes out faster once we record them. So hopefully this episode, which is Kelby, put the phone down.
What the fuck?
So,
Just popped up on my phone.
Hopefully this episode will be out tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And we had already recorded episode 9.
Yes, we did.
But we lost the audio. That,
Why did we lose the audio?
I have no idea. Well, we lost half the audio. Just in recording, and I honestly don't know why that happened. I do have an old, shitty computer. This is well known.
Yes, sir.
But hopefully
It's
we can
beautiful.
get off. I'll be getting a new computer somewhat soon. I'm really focusing on it now. And then the other problem was...
done as well.
Yeah, but it's time to retire. The other thing is, I recently bought a terabyte hard drive because I lost the rest of the audio somehow with my computer in editing. I must have accidentally deleted it, couldn't restore it, so I'm just going to buy a... I had already bought it. Thank you, Graham, for giving me that Amazon gift card. So all that will be saved on there. That way we don't have to delete the shit.
Fuck yeah.
So some housekeeping notes. Also, so this is going to be the first episode this week. This will be a pretty much entirely MMA-centric podcast. And then we're going to record again Thursday, which that video should come out on Friday. And there will be some sports, because there is some sports news I want to talk about. Or I know we want to talk about.
But we might be having a special guest on next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not on that
He's
yet.
not talking about
That's
next
special guest.
Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
You are so...
He's already that high. Alright.
So Thursday's episode should come out Friday. The Birdnest episode 10. It's 10th. Going to be our 10th episode that comes out Friday. That's insane.
Yeah, small hands.
Should we do this, the bullshit one?
No, we should
Nope,
not.
This is the MMA. Let's go! Woo! GSP.
That's for much later. Alright, so we're just gonna get right into the fights. Let's talk not about last week and the weekend before. Once again, we did already talk about this stuff, so we might go through some stuff quick. We might seem a little bored. We have already had this conversation first among ourselves. Okay, first watching the fight, then among ourselves, then in a podcast,
And now, again, in a
among ourselves again, and now a fifth, sixth time. So please forgive us. Let's talk about 2 weeks ago's main event, the last fight in Fight Island for now. Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till. What are you guys' thoughts on that fight?
Bobby Knuckles
There we go.
against Darren Till.
Yeah.
Oh. Hell of a fight. Great fight. I think Whittaker pretty much got all of the rounds except one. For sure. Followed it with that one.
I gave it... At first, I was kind of leaning 4-1 Whittaker. I definitely... Because I watched it back. 3-2 Till. Oh, sorry. 3-2 Whittaker.
Oh, I was going to say
3-2 Whittaker, my bad.
Won. Damn.
I thought Till did a great job fight. I definitely don't think he won, but it was a good fight. It was competitive throughout. I think Robert Whittaker just showed... I think he just showed that he's a little more comfortable. He's more seasoned at this weight class of middleweight than Till is. And that he has the experience. And Till still doesn't, he doesn't have the experience yet. He's been nothing, and for a while now, nothing but high-level competition. Darren Till will be a world champion one day, I guarantee that. But I think it's not his time yet. Haven, what are your thoughts?
It was a fun fight. I enjoyed it. I wish Till had won, but, can't always get what we want.
Can't always get what you want.
But Till looked great against,
Former world champion.
former world champion Bobby Knuckles.
I think,
And like you said, it's just not his time yet. He's only 27, question mark, air quotes on that.
Till needs to get his ground game up.
Yeah, and I don't like how he talks about how, he talks about how he doesn't want to have fights that involve the ground game. He doesn't care about it. He just wants to strike. And hey, I know there's more money in MMA than kickboxing, but if you want to be a kickboxer, be a kickboxer. Even Silva was getting triangles on Chael Sonnen.
Yeah. What was the name of the sport?
Well, name of the sport. Oh yeah, I guess mixed martial arts. That's kind of, who says it? Yeah, I think it's a Chael or I know John McCarthy kind of said it too. Because for all the original martial art competitions, it's oh, it's martial art. It's well, what kind of martial art is it? Mixed. It was originally no holds bar.
Yeah.
And then Chael Sonnen's mixed martial art is a bunch of bullshit. It's called fighting. And I kind of it's no holds bars. And you know what? Even though there's rule, it's still no holds bars fighting.
Yeah.
I'm saying that wrong. No holds barred.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but you called yourself out, so...
Sorry. I'm smoking a blunt, drinking. Shout out to Twisted Tea. I like the hard iced tea combined with lemonade. This is not a sponsor read, but if Twisted Tea would like to sponsor some Florida boys, we appreciate it. So, a lot of stuff happened. There's still more news on Robert Whittaker and all this stuff. But what is next for Till?
Retirement.
Okay.
All right.
No, please continue.
Kevin's trying to pick a fight with another MMA fighter. Got it.
Retirement, no. If that man wants to be one-dimensional, he might as well go to a different sport.
You act like he's one-dimensional. He has ground game. He just doesn't like
but
going to the ground.
one.
He knows how to fight on the ground. He just doesn't like to.
Hey, I don't think he's going to become a world champion fighting like that.
Jacoby threw a bomb. We're also watching the return of the Contender Series. Current fight is Flores versus Jacoby, round 1. Sorry, I guess I
mean,
shouldn't call it contender
You
series.
act like Robert Whittaker took him down and he stayed on the ground. He got up. He knows how to fight.
But his soul never got up. That first takedown, Darren Till's soul stayed on the ground. That fighting spirit. I'm just kidding.
So, retirement.
All right. Okay, that's the clown news of the week. Kelby thinks Darren Till should retire.
Yeah. Watch him come out retired.
Kelby, just say the last of your thoughts so I can edit in the circus music over this.
My last of my thoughts?
On Darren Till.
Well, Darren Till needs to retire. So, he can be the vice president behind Kanye West.
Okay. I'm pretty sure a vice president has to be American.
Yes.
I can't tell you for certain, but I'm pretty sure.
Almost 100% sure as well.
Jacob, what are your thoughts? What's next for Till? Because I got a fight booked right now I'm ready for. But I want you to go first.
What, Joe Dillon?
I'm going to smack you.
I think I know who you're...
Yeah, you probably know exactly
I'm pretty sure who I know you're talking about, so I'm not going to say that. But I'd like to see him... Actually, you know what?
Yeah?
Maybe he just lost, so maybe make him Derek Brunson's next fight.
Derek Brunson won, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Till was above Brunson.
I agree.
Yeah, I want Brunson to fight a winner, though.
No, Brunson needs to fight.
I'm on the opposite end of that.
Stick in the gatekeeper position.
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite of that. Edmund Shabazian Till, cut one of them out for a while. I want to see that fight. And it's a strikers fight. Both of them, I think, would appreciate that fight. I also think Darren Till fucks up Shabazian in that fight. Even though I would love to see it.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts. Now, we do have a fight announced for Whittaker. He will be fighting the number 3? I think Cannonier's 3?
Yes,
the number 3 ranked contender? I'm not sure. I won't check that.
Yeah, the only guy without a dance partner in the top 10.
Bobby Knuckles versus Jared Cannonier. 4, and Dana White says, the number 1 contender. This is who's getting the title fight after Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
Which is always in quotation marks, because of course if Costa wins, Izzy will probably get a rematch, I'd say.
Yeah, probably.
If it's a decision, which I don't see Costa winning a decision.
Probably not.
But,
I don't really see
that'd
Izzy
be insane
winning.
if he did.
I don't see Izzy trying to make that a decision either, though. So.
I can see Izzy winning a decision. I have a lot harder time seeing Costa winning a decision. That's what I'm getting at. What are our thoughts? Whittaker versus Cannonier.
Whittaker versus Cannonier?
Yeah.
No, I think Whittaker's got it.
Well, I feel bad that Cannonier spent all that time without a dance partner, and now he has to dance with Robert Whittaker, so, you know.
So, I think, in my opinion, Cannonier, and he is the dark horse of dark horses. Like, he's even more of a dark horse than Leon Edwards, man. Like, he's just, people don't know who he is, and he's so good. He can win a title, for sure. But this is a tough division at the top. Like, and you know, I think Cannonier's last fight was against Jack Hermanson, who's now coming off a win against Gastelum. But
I think Cannonier's going to win it.
Cannonier, I mean, you don't want to bet against him normally. I'm not going to bet against Robert Whittaker. That is a personal bias. I will never bet against Robert Whittaker. But it's a fight that I want to see. And you know what? I think style-wise, this is a great fight for Whittaker. I think it's a tough fight for both. But out of a lot of the other top guys, I think this is one of the easier matchups for Whittaker.
Jacob is just pounding him for the whole fight.
It's Jacoby.
Not Jacoby.
Yeah. You guys got any thoughts on Whittaker Cannonier?
I mean, like I said, I kind of feel bad for Cannonier, because who knows how much training he's been doing, given the fact that he spent, at least 2 months now with no idea if he's going to have a dance partner anytime soon.
I think Cannonier's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder, take the dominating position, and just absolutely dominate Robert Whittaker.
He always comes in with a chip on his shoulder. No one knows who he is.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He'll come in with one. And he's going to win. By decision. 3-2.
Okay. I do got one other question.
21 Savage. That's 21 Savage.
I got one last question involving Robert Whittaker. It's not on the list, but I just thought of it. Say Izzy beats Costa.
Yep.
How are we seeing a Whittaker rematch against Izzy going? Now, I'll go first. I still do. I'm not going to bet against Rob Whittaker, but I would say Izzy still wins that fight. I don't think he stops him though. I think that would go to the decision.
Think it'll go to decision this time?
Yeah.
I kind of see it. I
think Izzy's got it.
I don't think he stops him as early.
Yeah.
And if he's going to stop him, it's going to be late in the 5th round.
Okay, so you think it's much...
It's going to be like a hair close to a decision.
I think it goes to decision, personally. And you, what do you say, Kelby?
I pretty much agree with Jacob.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's move on to last weekend's fight. Derek Brunson versus Edmund Shabazian. It was Shabazian's first ever main event, even though it was only 3 rounds. It was obviously a co-main. Main event got canceled, they moved up. Only 3-round main event. 3-round main event. Kind of fortunate for Shabazian seeing how it played out, even though he did not make it to the end of the 3rd. Barely made it out of the 2nd. Brunson made a statement and said, "Hey, I'm no gatekeeper. We'll talk about that." But he's saying, "Hey, don't underestimate me. I'm at the top of this division. I was a 3-1 underdog, and I just fucked up this kid." Now, I'm still a big fan of Edmund Shabazian. I'm not trying to talk shit. But that was a masterclass put on by Derek Brunson. So...
Also very different from Derek Brunson.
Yeah. So, let's get into it. What are our thoughts on the fight?
Well, I mean, we were all counting Derek Brunson out. We kind of expected him to either win in the first round or lose.
And I want to take a quick minute to apologize to you. Because I used my Edmund Shabazian hype train, kept hyping them up to you, and you picked Brunson.
Yeah.
And then I just kept like, "Dude, you're out of your mind. Look at Edmund Shabazian." And then you're like, "You know what? You're right." And fucking, that happened. Too. You picked Shabazian first, though.
I switched on Brunson because of all his first round knockouts.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're right.
I explained that whole... He had a 9 out of 12 finishes in the first round. Past 12 finishes.
Yeah. I remember. Oh, yeah, we talked about that in the last one before we lost it.
And that's why I picked Brunson.
Yeah. All right. But yeah,
Based on an experience of like 15-year age fucking advantage.
Yeah, that's true. I thought it was a great fight for as long as it lasted. I think Edmund Shabazian's a tough motherfucker, man. But I think it's not bad. Edmund's what? He's younger than us.
Yes?
Yeah, he's 22.
I thought he was 23.
He's 22.
I'll pull it up.
He has 14-year age advantage. The other guy was 36.
But yeah, Shabazian. Might get the. Look, Jacoby might be getting the. Never mind. He doesn't have it. Punch him! It was too much for Shabazian at that point, but I think he's going to learn a lot from it. Oh, that's a tight choke, but it looks like they're sweating up to get out of it.
He's not even a year old younger than us. He's a couple months. His birthday's in November.
Alright, still. 22, though. Caleb's a full year older.
Yeah, he is.
Just a couple of months for me and you. Kelby is the oldest of this group. Hence why he has the most luscious beard, I guess. And me being the youngest, why I don't have the most luscious beard. Yeah, I thought it was a great fight. There's really not too much to say about it. I think just Derek Brunson had the right game strategy. I checked out Luke Thomas's Dissected. It's like, just Derek Brunson, you can tell he studied his opponent. He was ready for him. And Shabazian just... either he doesn't have the gas tank to go that long, or he was not efficient with his energy in that fight. I don't know what it was. I don't think he looked bad.
I mean, I don't think he looked bad until he just
looked bad.
Yeah,
well,
like he looked fine, and then just out of nowhere, just
one of the
boom.
things I think was bad was that he tried to rest on bottom. And I think he thought like we'll probably like there's like probably a minute left. Let me just take some rest. I'll win the next round. I think that was his mindset. And then Brunson got full mount.
Yeah.
And he landed that one really mean elbow, but he just kept landing ground and pound. And it looked like he knocked him out at the end of the fight. Or he knocked him out at the end of the round. Edmund survived.
Somehow.
Gets backed up, and then Herb stopped it shortly after that. And we'll be actually talking about that in a little bit. But
yeah, I'd just like to say, there's nothing wrong with that game plan of resting on the bottom. Just make sure you don't let your opponent do that.
Yeah, can't rest if your opponent's taking mount. Even though mount's is kind of an underused skill nowadays, I'd say.
Yeah.
You don't really see guys taking mount, really.
Yeah, a lot of people are just really throwing bombs from guard.
Well, it's not even guard. They'll get, like... They just get other positions. It's hard to get full fucking mount nowadays. People, like... It's such a position you don't see nowadays. But... Who do we want to see next? And you said Darren Till earlier, but... More on the Derek Brunson side, who do we want to see next for him?
Well, I mean, I did say I would want Darren Till to fight Derek Brunson next, but if we want to give him a winner, how about we give him Jack Hermanson?
That was my pick, actually. I would like to see Hermanson and Derek Brunson duke it out. I think that's a good fight. If it's the same Derek Brunson in the last fight, I favor him, but Jack Hermanson, I mean, look what he did to Gaslam. I think Gaslam... I think he's a better wrestler than Derek Brunson. I think he has heavier hands. That might be a silly statement. I don't know. That's just my perception of it. I'm also a big Gaslam fan, to be fair.
Yeah,
I mean, Hermanson proved it. He's slick enough on the ground to where he just needs to catch you.
Yeah, if you don't respect what he can do, he'll catch you in it, and it's unfortunate.
What do you think, Kelvin?
It doesn't matter to me. Just give me somebody that's showy, so you can get up and be known into people's eyes.
Yeah, that was Edmund Shabazian.
Get him in the masses.
Yeah, that's exactly what
that was Edmund Shabazian.
That's what Edmund was.
Fighter, would you say, does that for Derek Brunson?
I can't think of one.
I can tell you. But it's not a fight
another
that's
name I just kind of want to throw out. It might be Jacare. Now, I don't know if... I think they did fight before. I think Jacare won that. Actually, Brunson might have beat Jacare.
I think somebody's a loudmouth.
There's not a lot... That's the thing. Middleweight's kind of one of those divisions.
Yeah.
The only other person you can maybe say would be Darren Till. I don't know of how Brunson would feel about fighting a guy that just lost, but Darren Till...
they fought before.
Yeah. Who won that?
Right? Jacare is Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Sosa,
Ronaldo
right? Yeah.
Jacare Sosa. Jacare is his nickname.
Yeah, Jacare won.
Alright. But yeah, that's a fight you can do. I don't know if Jacare is going back down to middleweight. I think I heard something about that at one point.
Oh, that was the second one as well. They fought twice before, actually, apparently. I don't know where the first one was.
Oh, boy. So, Herb Dean's been having a fucking go of it, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of wrestling stuff to talk about. I mean, isn't it? A lot, but not a lot. So we're going to kind of go into it a little bit. I want to clarify this, and I think... I know no one in this room disagrees. I don't think many other people disagree. I don't think John McCarthy, Dana White, or Dan Hardy disagree. Herb Dean's the best fucking ref in the sport right now.
Yep.
Now, there are some other good ones. There's Mark Goddard, who we'll talk about as well. There's, what's his name? The other cool dude. I'm forgetting his name right now. Beltran? There's Beltran, I like, the mustache.
I can't remember the other one.
There's another younger guy. I like him a lot, though. But Herb Dean's definitely one of the best refs in the sport, I'd say. But he had a controversy 2 weeks ago in the Trinaldo Herbert fight. It's Herbert Jai and Trinaldo. I forget the other guy's name.
Something Trinaldo.
And I watched the fight. To be honest, I didn't think too much of it at first, and then Dan Hardy.
Yeah.
So I do want to not recommend. That's the wrong word. Bring to attention. There was another fight earlier on the card. I forget the guy's name, but it was Tanner Boser fighting him, heavyweight, and Bowser dropped him, then threw out like 9 hammer fists. Kind of, people were saying that was kind of a late stoppage, at least in Dan Hardy, Paul Felder's eyes. I'm not speaking for them, but this is what they said on the broadcast. So, that was a little bit of a late stoppage. I can agree with that. Herb Dean was reffing, and then later in the fight and later in the night, Trinaldo drops Jai. There's a bit of a pause. Trinaldo doesn't want to continue. Herb says, "Hey, fight's still on." Herbert on the ground. In my opinion, he was kind of guarding. He wasn't doing that good of a guard. I think he was rocked. I don't think he was out. Kind of puts up a defense. Trinaldo breaks through that defense very quickly with a big heavy strike. Another 2 big strikes. Herb calls the fight. Dan Hardy has a problem with it, yelling, shouting at Herb, both during the fight, after the fight. Big, I don't want to call it a controversy, really, but big talking point. What are your guys' opinions on that part so far? Because there's more to talk about with it. Just between Dan Hardy and Herb Dean. Let's talk about that right now.
Hardy should have never said anything. Should have kept it in.
Yeah, I mean...
How about it?
So, I mean, my opinion is it's not the commentator's job to tell the ref how to do his job. He doesn't have the same point of view that Herb Dean has, so it's not really his place to tell Herb to stop the fight. Which leads into the video I was talking about before we started. Herb went into detail about, on his Instagram, he posted an Instagram TV video explaining a bunch of stuff about officiating, and in particular that his call during that fight. He was talking about, from what he saw from his point of view, Herbert had his hands up, his legs were towards his opponent, his head was off the mat. He was, in Herb's own words, he was doing everything he could have asked of him to be defending himself. Then Trinaldo came in, pop, pop, and he called the fight.
So
he also went into saying about there are people that are at ringside that are officially allowed to, what's the word?
Call the fight.
Yeah, advise him to stop the fight, and that's the physician and the fighter's corners.
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate. Because Dan Hardy, how long was Herb Dean's 15 minutes, something like that Instagram thing?
It was a 4-minute video.
4-minute video. Dan Hardy came out with an hour-long video. Breaking down, which I think it was kind of childish for Herb Dean to come out with a 4-minute video. He's a ref, he doesn't have to defend his positions, they're not supposed to defend the position.
Oh, no, he didn't say anything about Dan Hardy at all.
I know, well, it's not really professional for him to do that. Now...
Well, no, because it also leads into something he mentioned at the start of that video about just putting out more videos about what reffing is, how they make their decisions in general. So just because this keeps coming up of people not seeming to understand how refs do their job and all that stuff. So
Dan Hardy comes out with an hour-long video. Now he completely, I think, if you're going to go by facts of the argument, Dan Hardy definitely had beaten Herb Dean, but also when you have an hour to talk against 4 minutes of talking, you're going to win that argument. Just kind of playing devil's advocate, he says, look, Herb Dean was saying, hey, I don't know who's yelling it. You knew exactly who was yelling it because you warned me during the fight to stop yelling. You knew exactly who did that. You also came up right to me. Also, we've worked together for years. You know exactly what my voice sounds like, especially in a quiet arena. And Dan Hardy does give Herb praise. He says, hey, look, he's a great ref. Hey, I did get too excited. I'm also wearing noise-canceling headphones. I kind of don't know how loud I'm being sometimes. We're used to shouting. A lot of stuff. I give Dan Hardy a pass because I know it came purely out of good intention. He really cares about fighters. He doesn't like seeing them get hurt. But, as DC said, we're in the hurt business.
Yeah.
Now
that's exactly what this sport is.
So, and I'm glad Dan Hardy said it, but I do kind of agree with Herb. Was the stoppage late? Yeah, I can make an argument for it being late. I don't think it was that bad. I think there's 2 factors making it look bad. First is the lack of the crowd, because every single stoppage or most stoppages I feel like you see in the fights without the crowds, people are saying, oh, it was a late stoppage.
Yeah.
I don't think the refs have suddenly gotten this bad.
I don't either. I think they're making...
The other thing is, what's his name? Trinaldo. Whenever you have a fight where the guy hits him and drops him, and they're like, hey, look, he's out. And there's the pause, and the ref says continue, and it's only 2 or 3 punches, and it ends the fight. It always looks bad.
Yep.
It just always looks bad.
Especially when it's that noticeable of a difference where the fighter is still standing. If it's a punch and he's following him to the ground and he just kind of is on top of him and doesn't throw a punch,
Yeah.
it doesn't look as bad. Still looks kind of bad, but
let's move on to the next topic. Another stoppage with Herb Dean. It's still in the same topic, branch. We're off that. Some people are now saying the Shabazian fight was stopped early, and then of course some people saying it was stopped late. I don't know how I feel about this stop. So I don't think Herb Dean's to any fault in this stoppage.
not in the slightest.
However, you can make an argument at the doctor. You can make an argument at corner, and if you can make an argument at the doctor in corner, you can always make an argument to the ref. But Herb Dean said, "Hey, I'm going to bring the doctor in. It's his decision." That's a little bit of inactivity, and then the doctor showed a lot of inactivity.
Yeah, but I mean I
think that's
making
fair.
the decision to bring the doctor in is, in my opinion, a smarter decision because he's unsure.
I think the doctor should always come in
Probably
between
should.
rounds. I think they should have two doctors.
I mean, don't they?
I feel like they
Because
do.
there's always they usually
have a
have
med-
They have a backup.
Yeah, but no, I think they should always have the actual doctor go in, look at both fighters, say go ahead.
Yeah.
So, I like that. I'm all for sick. No, I don't think this
So
fight.
to be fair, if they do that, they really need to make sure the doctors know what the fuck they're talking about. Because as we've seen,
Don't you know?
some of these
you have,
doctors
you have
are
a torn
fucking...
meniscus. I can tell by poking your knee. What fight is that? That's a female
fucking
fight.
remember.
I'm probably butchering it actually, but that's still funny. Yeah, I don't think it was late stoppage. I don't even want to blame the doctor too much. I think the doctor kind of took too long. Yeah, Shabazian got fucked up. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, sometimes you'll get fucked up in this sport.
Yeah, I mean, the doctor definitely showed a lot of inexperiences. As we were watching the fight, we literally watched Shabazian put his arms on the cage to hold himself up. And you and me literally both went, man, that's a smart fucking decision. You just wobbled like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, the other thing the one reason why I said I was concerned was when Shabazian immediately sat back on the stool. He bumps up his back against the cage, and it's we had the fight a couple weeks ago get stopped because the guy leaned against the door, the cage, or leaned against the cage door was open. The fight got stopped.
Yeah.
It kind of made me think of the same exact thing that Bismarck I think brought up. It's like, hey, sometimes like, hey, you've had the fucking door open, and I think that would be like, hey, well, that's where the door was with Shabazian when he leaned back there. You're not paying attention. Does that mean Shabazian was completely out of it? I don't know. I do think he was just knocked out.
Absolutely.
I think he did get knocked out at the end of it.
And then
Maybe that's
Brunson woke him
completely
back up.
killing my credit here, but I don't know. I don't think it was a bad stoppage. What are you guys' thoughts?
They should flip the door inside out.
Unfortunately, I can't say that was a late stoppage because he got knocked out at the last second, and Brunson threw another punch that woke him back up within a second of him being knocked out. So it's hard for the ref to go, all right, he's out, call a fight on an instantaneous reaction.
Yeah.
If you can tell me you can react on the drop of a fucking pin, fucking go sign up to be a
a
ref.
moment too when you're around with that.
Yeah. You're even more of a moment when you're the fighter.
And it's even more important when it's the very last seconds of the fight. You have to be ready for the bell to ring and to grab those guys off each other.
Yeah. Let's move on to another ref. Mark Goddard over the weekend. I don't remember what promotion or the fighters. I don't even remember the submission hold that was involved.
I think it was an armbar.
I feel like it was an armbar. Mark Goddard, one of the other great refs. A former fighter, too. So he was, there's a fight, I want to say it was Bellator.
I believe it
I'm
was.
not sure, it could have been regional. Mark Goddard's ref in the fight. One of the guys gets started doing the armbar. He holds onto the armbar too long. The guys tap. They try to, Mark goes to break it up. The guy's still kind of ripping the arm. Gets him off. Mark disqualifies the guy that would have got the win. Dude then shoves Mark Goddard trying to pick a fight with him. It gets resolved and all that shit. But what are your just first thoughts on the incident? What an idiot, right?
Absolute moron.
You had a win and you fucking
Good
got
on-
by DQ.
Good on Mark Goddard for not laying the motherfucker out.
So
Yeah.
kind of back into the thing where fighters can't defend. Mark Goddard's a professional fighter. And this is he's a big dude, and this is like a 145 pounder
Yeah.
taking a fight with Mark Goddard. And I'm like, and he doesn't do anything back. He just that's why I think he's one of the greatest. He's a great ref. He does the job. He's like, yeah, I know I can fuck you up. I'm not supposed to.
Not while I'm wearing this uniform. I'm not supposed to fuck you up. Now, back in the hotel when I'm in my street clothes and you want to show me in the elevator, listen, bud.
I wonder how many refs kick fighters' asses in the hotel. But going immediately after that, in the before the Shabazian fight, I think it was after weigh-ins. Dana White was asked by a member of the press about all the stuff kind of going on for what we've just been talking about, mostly Herb Dean and the Dan Hardy incident. Dana acts like the boss he is.
Yeah.
He says, anyone, fighter, commentator, anyone that works for me, that goes and confronts a ref, will be fired on the spot. They're asked, hey, are you talking to Dan Hardy? He says, I'm talking to Dan Hardy right now. Dan Hardy still has his job. He hasn't been fired or anything like that, but...
Yeah, Dana White said this cannot happen again.
Yeah. He says you can criticize.
Yeah,
you can't be confronting a ref and doing that.
Yeah,
and this is because I think the Herb Dean stuff to begin with, but also the Mark Goddard incident. Because that had happened before, too. Not even in his promotion. I agree with Dana 100%. You can't have that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're
surprised Dana held restraint.
Well, you could... he was pissed, you could tell.
He's been very upset about it.
I think he didn't...
Because Dana's been trying very, very hard for many years now to get everyone to be more professional.
I wouldn't say that.
It's probably not the right word, but...
It's definitely not, because, I mean...
He's trying
Connor
to not...
and Mike Perry...
Yeah, he's trying to not let people be the wild animals
yeah.
of MMA days of old.
Well, even then, he would have never stood for that shit. I think the reason why Dana kind of kept... He was pissed, but he kept together because he did not want this to look funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I want this to look serious. It's like when he went on the Tough House and kicked all those people out. Mm-hmm. Like, not only am I disappointed, I'm mad, too.
Uh-oh, Dad's not disappointed. Dad's mad.
And disappointed.
Fucking Dana.
So with that, do we got any thoughts on all these ref issues going on in our sport?
I don't really.
Our sport. Our favorite sport.
I mean, I've said it a couple times. And this is coming from someone who does have a wannabe interest in...
Fuck Big John's happiness. He doesn't deserve to retire.
I think Herb Dean needs a vacation.
Herb deserves a vacation. That man worked hard.
But
anyway, as I was saying, I said this in the last episode, but obviously we lost that, so I want to make sure I say it again. There's only 3 people who are inside of that octagon who knows what's going on inside that octagon. The 2 guys fighting and the referee.
I take issue with that because I've seen some refs and I've seen some fighters, and they don't know what the fuck's going on.
That may be true. However, at the end of the day, it is the referee's job to ref that fight. He has people who can advise him, such as the physician and the corners. The commentator's job is to commentate on the fight. The fighter's job is to fight the fight. Just because you've laid the other guy out, if the ref hasn't stopped you, you shouldn't be stopping.
So, I do want to say one thing. I was listening to Weighing In, the Josh Thompson and John McCarthy podcast. So they're talking about all the ref shit and all this stuff. And John McCarthy says, hey, Josh, just so you know, me and Herb, we had like the same amount. Like, our schedule was very similar. We worked like probably the same amount. John's doing it longer, but still. And Josh's like, okay. He's like, now Josh, like, the most amount of fights you did in a year, how many do you think you did? He's like, I think 4. He's like, okay. There was one year I worked 114 events. Now remember, I do about 5 to 10 fights per event.
Yep.
Now, and I think we do kind of need to keep that in mind with these refs.
Especially the refs that are considered the better refs.
If they're right 90% of the time, that's still a lot of fucking wrong fights. Yep. Because of how much they ref. So I do think, like, it's a thankless job where we ask them to be perfect when they can't possibly be perfect.
Yeah, like with his example, if they're right 90% of the time out of 100 fights, that's still 10 wrong calls.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot more than 100 fights.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially people like Herb Dean. Yeah. He's doing a hell of a lot more than 100 fights. Probably does 100 fights in a quarter.
I don't know. I love for someone to actually like make that information public. Like, hey, here are your main refs. This is how many fights they do, and like, I'm sure there might be if you really look, but
yeah, you might look deep.
Yeah, I'd love for like an actual list of that. Though I think that would be very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wish if you looked up the events.
Eye-opening.
I wish if you looked up the events, like, if you click on the fight, it would tell you who refed it.
I think
certain websites.
SureDog does that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking on the Google thing. Like, if you're looking at the thing, if you can just click on the fight, it pulls up the stats, but it doesn't tell you who refed the fight.
Yeah, I wish they would just show leg reach as well.
Show what?
Leg reach. UFC, like, their website will have leg reach sometimes. Alright, are we tired of talking about refs?
Yes.
I mean, I'm never going to be tired of talking about refs.
Kelby doesn't give a shit about the refs.
I like Herb.
He's like, anything against Herb is sacrilegious. Other than that, shut up. I want to talk about Yoel or Cody Garbrandt.
I've had refs make bad calls in some of my wrestling matches. Like, it sucks. It happens. They're human.
I've had refs make terrible calls because I very blatantly fouled people and they did not see shit.
No, that just means you're a great fighter.
We're going to talk about Calderwood.
know, like if
I
you're
guess
trying to
that
get
makes
into
sense.
this, it's not like it's a secret what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's gonna suck if you get hurt, but like, unfortunately, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand. All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on from that topic. Kind of depressing, at least for me. I don't know how you guys
Unfortunate.
felt.
Not necessarily depressing for me, but unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Jennifer Maya wins. Calderwood loses. Ouch. Calderwood had that title fight. She takes the fight, short notice, against a submission fighter. She gets armbarred. Jennifer Maya seems like she's going to move on and fight Shevchenko for the belt while JoJo gets back to the grind.
Yep.
What are our thoughts?
I like it a lot.
It was unfortunate.
I glad JoJo's not doing good.
She's clearly not doing good. And our next topic covers that pretty well.
I've never been a big fan of JoJo.
I don't even think you know who JoJo is.
Like, Calderwood?
Yeah, you just read my notebook.
The fuck JoJo.
What country is she from?
Country? Yeah. I don't fucking know.
What division are we talking about?
Woman's flyweight.
Damn it, he knows that much.
Oh, your tea.
I think if I did... It's not open.
Okay.
I feel like if I didn't put Shevchenko, he wouldn't know.
Probably
Who's
wouldn't.
Shevchenko?
Scottish.
The fucking champ, man.
She's not.
But no.
I know. I promised I
never
wouldn't.
like- I just-
God damn it! This
don't
is
like
the fucking
JoJo.
Irish. I've
mean,
been
that was
working
my
on my
guess, guys.
Scottish
That was
accent. Okay, we're talking over each other. Go ahead, Kelby.
I think she's too much into herself. I think she needs a reality check.
Okay, enough from you, Jacob. Go ahead.
I was just gonna make a statement about the country. I was like, that's what I was thinking based off of just her name. But I was like, fuck, I can't remember where she's from. Because you asked him that question, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I can do a good Irish. I've been working on the Scottish. They won't let me put on Peaky Blinders to figure it out. Even though that deals with British and Irish people, but
Yeah.
there's a couple Scottish accents.
Shit.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. I like Calderwood. The sad part about this is not the next topic, but does it really even matter who won that fight?
No.
Because Shevchenko's going to win.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I hate to say that, but even
Well,
if
she's
like
a bad bitch.
if
I
like,
couldn't even beat her.
Jennifer Maya gets an amazing, tough, grueling armbar. Imagine if even if JoJo got the best knockout of the year, it'd be like, you're not gonna beat Shevchenko.
yeah.
It's just, and I think,
Shevchenko is probably still going to be an overwhelming favorite to win that fight.
yeah, which means I'll still bet on Maya.
What do you think that fight's gonna happen?
I don't know.
Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, I think, has an injury. That's
Yeah.
why they weren't doing the Calderwood
Yeah,
fight.
so whenever she's
Yeah.
recovered and gone through rehab.
Okay.
So, I don't know if there's been anything else talked about, but Calderwood, after her fight, had passed out backstage. She was rushed to the hospital.
Yep.
She wasn't the only person passing out that night, actually. I can't remember the guy's name.
Something Giles.
Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles was going to fight something Holland. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh.
we didn't actually have it on by that point.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't here by that point.
Yeah.
You guys weren't paying attention.
I also
to it yet.
didn't write down. But Trevin Giles had passed out before the fight.
Yeah,
I believe-
right before he was
Yeah,
supposed to
before
walk
his
out.
way to walk out, and he was ready to go out and fight anyways. The doctor said no.
My opinion, there was very clearly something in the air because that's two different
So-
people passing out.
with Trevin Giles, are looking at heart irregularities with him right now.
That sounds probably about right.
I don't know if anything's come out about JoJo Calderwood. I don't think she really got hit in the head too bad anywhere in that fight. It was an armbar, it wasn't a choke. I'm wondering if maybe there was a bad weight cut or something like that, or I mean, because JoJo didn't look great in the fight, even though I do think she was winning. I don't know. I'm gonna follow that story. I haven't really heard anything else from it.
Wish her the
Yeah, we'll
best.
keep you guys updated as we get updated.
So
Follow our
hopefully,
Instagram.
a quick recovery for Calderwood.
Would you like that shout out? That shameless plug?
Yeah. So, we talked about this. This is the unofficial clown news of the week. It was actually last week. And I don't want to call it clown news.
I mean, we've got our clown news.
Yeah, Kelly was the clown news.
Kelly is the clown news.
What? Kanye and fucking...
No, we're not. Not Thursday.
Ah, fucking kill.
I'll give you time Thursday to talk about Kanye. I'll give you 5 minutes to talk
Easy
about
time.
It's good. So this is fucking hysterical. Paige Van Zandt moves to bare knuckle boxing, or is in talks with bare knuckle fighting. Is it boxing or fight? Because bare knuckle boxing and bare knuckle fight championship are two separate things.
She is way too cute to be doing that.
BKFC, yes, a fighting championship.
No, I'm pretty sure it's fighting game.
WBK.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. Okay, I just find it funny, and this sounds sexist, I know. I find it funny. She comes out and says, I make more money on Instagram than I do through the UFC. And then now I'm like, okay, and you are obviously a very attractive woman, and you're going to go to bare knuckle and cut the fucking shit out of your face.
And her nose is going to be twice the size by the end of the month, or about a month after.
She's going to look like Chris Cyborg.
Oh,
Alright, Paige Van Zandt, I'm going to give you some real advice here.
Hands up.
Just... Yes, but no. If you make more money on Instagram than you do fighting, retire and open an OnlyFans account.
Oh my god, I would subscribe in a heartbeat.
And that's the end of the podcast, guys.
No. Why are you gonna stop trying to fucking end?
This would be a funny ending.
He wants to watch fucking Avatar.
No, he wants to go to bed.
I want to watch OnlyFans.
It's not a show. Next topic, Kelby. This one's near and dear to your heart. Cody Garbrandt makes the move down to 125 pounds to take, nothing confirmed, but to take on the flyweight champion, Devinson Figueiredo.
I think it's a better chance against Jan. I don't think he can make the weight cut. Well, I mean, I guess he could be if TJ did it, but...
Yeah, but he's bigger than TJ.
Yeah, no, I was like, I just don't like...
he's taller, but I think
I just
TJ's
don't like
bigger.
it in general.
I think
All those
he
fucking
walks around like a couple pounds heavier.
Yeah,
than
but
TJ
those
does,
tattoos
though.
give him at least 3 extra pounds. They're solely on ink.
Yeah, three extra pounds of liquid weight that you can't lose.
I know. He did it to himself on that one.
I think he can make the weight. I don't know if he... It's a tough fight, Figueiredo. I mean, Figueiredo's not like a small flyweight by any means. He's a pretty... There's a reason why he keeps missing weight. Like, he's a big dude, and he hits hard. You can knock someone out at fucking flyweight. You can... That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Now, Garbrandt's obviously a really good knockout artist himself. He's great. I think he is a better fighter.
Extremely quick.
But that's another thing. I don't know if he necessarily would have a speed advantage after cutting all that weight to get down against someone that already fights at flyweight.
Yeah.
As well as I think Cody might have a power advantage, but depending on how that weight cut goes, I don't know if it'd be that much more than Figueiredo.
How tall is Cody?
I do not know off the top of my head.
5'7"?
Yeah, he is taller than Figueiredo, I believe. I think Figueiredo's 5'6". Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter too much. But I don't know. I don't really like it. I'd rather him stay at bantamweight. But I would love for him to go down, get the championship, then come back up and try to be a double champ. Even just going down and being a champion in 2 different weight divisions would be a great. I think that would cement him in the Hall of Fame if he went down to flyweight and became a champion. But I think he wants to be a double champ.
Cody is 2 inches taller than Figueiredo.
Okay.
What's his height?
5'7".
5'5". Figueiredo.
I mean, you were asking me my thoughts on this? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, my thoughts are, it's a very tough fight regardless of what Cody shows up, but if we see the Cody that fought Raphael, I think he stands a good chance of winning. If we see Cody come in hot-headed and angry, I think he gets laid the fuck out. Regardless, and both of these statements are regardless of how hard this weight cut is. Even if this is the easiest weight cut of his entire life.
Which it won't be.
It won't be. But He would have to come in level-headed and cool, calm, and collected, or Figueiredo's probably going to just lay him the fuck out.
Let's get on to the fun thing with this. Sean O'Malley talking mad shit. Cody returning with even slicker mad shit. Have you guys heard what he said?
Hold on, is it different Sean O'Malley shit from Sean O'Malley's post-fight interview, or?
No, yeah, it's kind of new.
I
I'm going to paraphrase. Sean
O'Malley get his fucking ass whooped by Cody Garbrandt. Like, it's not even gonna be a fucking close fight. Sean O'Malley's a fucking pussy-ass bitch compared to Cody Garbrandt.
Sean O'Malley will kick your ass.
Yeah, I never said anything. I will whoop his ass.
You're sitting here picking a fight with Sean O'Malley.
I love Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley whooped everybody else in the fucking division besides Cody Garbrandt. Sean O'Malley will be the 1C, while Cody Garbrandt is the fucking champion.
1C.
You mean IC?
No, 1C, IC, my bad. Interim champ.
Alright, can I talk now?
No! Like, dude, like, are you gonna talk about Cody Garbrandt?
Yes!
Alright,
I need to talk about what Sean said first.
Alright.
Because I think Garbrandt won this.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So let me say what they fucking
Garbrandt's
said.
won every fight he's fought.
Kelby, I will put my foot in your mouth if you do not shut the
They
fuck
have
up.
to use roids to beat him.
Okay, please just let me finish. Sean O'Malley comes out and says, basically, talking shit. Oh, you're running. I'm paraphrasing. I'm sorry, I don't remember the actual quotes. You're running away from me. Have fun down at Have fun down at strawweight. Too scared to fight anyone up here. Strawweight's the women's division.
Yeah.
So Sean O'Malley, good burn. Cody Garbrandt responded. Is that I'm going to go down, knock out Figueiredo. By the time I'm back and have the belt there, hopefully you would have fought someone in the top 15.
Fuck yeah.
Now, obviously, Sean is fighting Marlon Chito Vera, who is ranked. But goddamn, Cody fucking won that one. I'm sorry. That was fucking great. Chael Sonnen made a video. He's like, oh, who won, Sean or Cody? I was at, like, they asked me to judge. He called it a draw. I think Chael is fucking blind. Cody Garbrandt won that one.
God.
No, say your piece, Kelp. You have 2 minutes of talking about Cody Garbrandt.
I don't need to defend Garbrandt anymore. Garbrandt's defended himself. When Garbrandt needs my help, he'll call me.
You sure he'll call you?
Hey.
He's on the list. He's just not near the top.
Yeah, at least he knows. I got Cody Garbrandt back as my dog. Because I'll help you out to help him out.
Okay.
Alright, and like that, your 2 minutes are over.
Oh yeah, well think about UL, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, that'll not happen, buddy.
UL will annihilate Sean O'Malley.
Yoel can't make middleweight.
Well,
And that's what he fights at.
Well, Sean O'Malley goes up to his normal weight.
Of 155?
No.
If that?
No, fucking Sean needs to put on some fucking muscle. He's as tall as fucking UL.
Okay, I'm moving on.
Your 2 minutes are up. That's it.
No, let's think about this.
No.
2 minutes are up.
Sean O'Malley.
Okay,
minutes are up.
well, Cal, I'll promise we will talk about this later.
Okay.
Let me just go through
I
this
just
rest
think
of
you will
We're getting near
Sean
the
O'Malley.
end. We're getting near the end of the topics.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on to our second favorite Russian fighter, I guess. Not really our second favorite, but the new surging Khabib 2.0,
Sabit.
Khamzat Chimaev,
That douchebag.
the 170-pound fucking monster, fights at 185 first. Week later, fights at his weight class of 170. Steamrolls both people. Coming back in August to fight.
Is he fighting in August?
That's what they say. Nothing's confirmed yet.
Oh.
That's what they say. He says, I want to fight. He said, I want to fight this. Dan said, I'll give him what he wants. He also called out Connor, and he said, no, he's not getting that. But I'll get to that later.
He's a bad motherfucker.
But, very interesting. The same day they say, yeah, Chimaev will fight on the UFC 250, whatever. I think it's the DC Stipe or the Israel card.
Yeah, whichever
It's one of those two that he's supposed to fight on. But the same day that they came out and announced that he was going to fight, Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, starts training camp. We don't know who it's for, but he's in training camp.
Oh boy!
I mean,
to be fair, doesn't he live at his training camp though?
Yeah. He does.
Yeah, but he's actually got other people there working.
He went next door.
Shut up.
So he broke out the air mattresses for everybody else. Okay, got it.
If he is fighting this would be a return to 170.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't. It would be a return since his last fight was against Conor. That was 170. Yeah. But staying at 170. Well, no, he fought since then. He fought.
Cowboy's a fucking monster in general.
Yeah. Yeah, because he fought Pettis since then.
Wasn't that at 172?
Yeah, that was at 170. Oh my God, Cowboy's on a losing streak. Shit.
Yeah, no,
he's on a bad one right now. Tony, Gaethje, Conor, Pettis. Even though he did win the Pettis fight, but he lost. He did lose that one, right?
Yeah,
decision.
So. He lost a decision.
Yeah, he didn't lose a decision, but he lost the decision.
Yeah. Because they hug it out at the end.
Yeah.
That was his dog.
I don't know.
They used to train with each other.
Did they?
Yeah.
I like Cowboys train with everyone.
I guess that might be true.
What are your thoughts on this motherfucker, Chimaev?
I think he needs to stop going after Conor and start going after Habib.
Why would he go after Habib? He has no interest in fighting Habib.
Hey.
Habib's also 150.
Hey, why go after Conor if he can go after Habib?
Because Conor is 175 and he has beef with Russians.
Yeah.
Why would Chimaev want to fight someone he respects so much? Why not fight the guy's enemy?
Fuck it.
That's why. Chimaev claims he had flown to Ireland to kick Conor's ass too, by the way.
Yeah, no. But he wasn't allowed in due to customs.
Yeah. I like his style. I'm very curious how long his style lasts.
Yeah.
You can't... It's just been shown you can't go balls to the wall, steamroll everyone at this level of the sport. So I want to see how he does against a ranked opponent. But I don't even know if I want his next fight to be a ranked opponent.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he may not, balls to the wall steamroll everyone, but he'll probably...
What the fuck?
If he keeps up living up to the Habib 2.0, he may still just dominate his opponents, and it may just not look as dominant as his opponents may still look good as he gets higher up. He may still just kind of steamroll his way through the competition, but
I don't think that steamrolling is going to last too much longer. But I don't know. I want to see him against a wrestler as usual. I want to see Habib against a fucking wrestler.
Habib DC.
Oh gosh. Yeah, DC's DC. That'd be the funniest shit. DC would go out and say, "Yeah, there's no way I have a chance against Habib," and then, but if he'd fight him, DC would whoop Habib's ass. You know that. I just find that hysterical. All right. Speaking of kebab, Calabib, as Joey Diaz says. You ready to talk about this?
What? I didn't hear it.
Habib Nurmagomedov versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje, October 24th. It's been announced. What are our thoughts? Kelby, please put that down because that's going to be loud. I'm just going to re-say it. October 24th, Habib the Eagle Nurmagomedov versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje. What are our thoughts?
Who's Gaethje?
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna fucking kick you in the goddamn
You've been
fucking
talking
face.
over people a lot this podcast.
I hope you know I moved into this position so that if I need to kick you in the face, I can.
Thank you.
Anyway, I think it is a... You want to wake the computer up, by the way?
Yeah.
No? Can't be good.
I'm going. I think it is a very interesting decision, given what's going on in Khabib's life right now. But I'm also very glad to see that he has decided to continue with their original planned time frame to fight each other. However, it has now made me torn, given everything that's going on and Khabib's talks of finally being done, deciding to call it quits. I still am very firmly in the camp, as I've stated before, that Justin Gaethje's going to kick the shit out of him. He's going to absolutely beat his ass. But now I'm a little torn, because now I don't really want to see that. Because I'd like to see Khabib, finish out strong and
be the 30-0 fighter.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's made it hard to root against Khabib with his father passing. I think I'd still give it to Gaethje. I think Gaethje's just unbeatable right now. I think it's really, I don't want to say unbeatable, but he's a really tough. He's probably the biggest challenge to date for Khabib. And I think it's going to really matter what his mindset is. I think if he can come out as normal with extra fire from all this, I think he can easily, well, maybe not easily, but I think he gets the win. I think he's going to lose some rounds. I think he'll be tested, but I think he can get the win. If he is not in the right state of mind for this, I think Gaethje might have a repeat of the Tony Ferguson fight.
Yep.
That's thoughts?
Yeah.
I think Justin Gaethje, the man with the best tattoos in all of UFC, great two eyes on the side of his body.
Garbrandt, best tattoos.
No, Garbrandt has the best collection. I think Gaethje has the best two set of front tattoos on his stomach. I love the eyes.
He doesn't even have two tattoos on his stomach. He has the eyes on his stomach.
He has the stomach, and he has the one on the other side.
He does have something on the other side. I forget what it is. But, whatever. Go ahead.
Justin Gaethje, I think he will win, but I want Khabib to win.
You want Khabib?
I want Khabib to win.
Okay.
The reason why, because I want GSP to come back.
All right. So I guess we're just gonna use that and go right into the next topic, huh?
Like, no, I think GSP needs to be the one that takes Khabib out.
I think Gaethje.
And then Khabib retires with a loss.
All right, let's move on from Khabib Gaethje. Dana White has said he is open to the GSP matchup for Khabib. I think this is mainly one. I think obviously the passing of Khabib's father has a role to play in it. More so, Khabib says 2 fights, I'm done. So if he beats Gaethje, he's going to vacate it after his next fight. GSP comes in, he's going to vacate. GSP Gaethje is probably... GSP Khabib. It's probably the biggest fight in MMA history. Even, I think, it might not... I don't know. Conor's the only other guy that can really get in there, but GSP Khabib, oh my god, I think it's definitely one of the biggest fights in MMA history. The only other one that can kind of get in on there is Conor, but even without Conor in this, it's huge. It would be an undefeated lightweight champion who's beaten everyone in pretty dominating fashion.
Everybody but one.
The greatest fighter of all time in GSP. Now, GSP would not be in his prime. He's damn near 40. He's cutting weight to lightweight where he's never been. But it's still a fucking...
You think they'll do a catch weight?
No, it doesn't. Because here's the thing. It wouldn't matter for GSP then.
Well,
yeah, he can come back and
beat... 3 titles?
Yeah, that's the thing. He wants that lightweight title, too. Of course, he can come back and beat... Because Khabib had always said, I wouldn't mind fighting at 170. So if Khabib, I want my last fight to be 170 against GSP, it'd be like, GSP doesn't get me. I want your title, though. Yeah. That's the thing. It's that competitor in GSP. He's a nice guy, but he is a competitor. Of course, GSP saying Khabib wants it, everyone knows. Dana says he's now open to it. GSP comes out like, I don't know. We'll see. And he's been consistent about it, though. He says that's a fight he likes, but he's been consistent. Sometimes I'm at the gym, I'm working out, I watch some fights, and I want to get right back in there. Other times I go home, have dinner, go to bed, and couldn't care less.
Yep.
And I believe him.
Yeah. I think GSP just needs to stay retired. Just don't even entertain any of his gym thoughts.
Who do we think wins that? Obviously, it would be at lightweight. GSP versus Khabib. Now, if this fight does happen, it most likely happens in the spring of 2021.
Yeah.
Just because that's when Khabib's schedule kind of works. It looks like he's fighting in October, is it? Yeah. October. He'd come back probably in February, April.
Yeah, it'd be...
May. Yeah, probably around then.
It'd probably be somewhere in March to April.
22nd.
22nd, you're banking on that now?
Yep.
It'd probably be...
He'll be watching.
Like a month before Ramadan starts.
So, yeah. Josh Thompson had actually come out and said, sorry, it's a little off topic, but it makes me laugh.
To be fair, even if he loses, that's probably still about when his last fight will be.
Yeah. Josh Thompson comes out. He says, Gaethje, I keep saying it. GSP versus Khabib, in his opinion, would beat the Maymac, Mayweather-McGregor. 6 million buys. Josh Thompson thinks he beats it. I'm not sure. I think it rivals it, though.
It was like
I don't know the exact number. Do you know, Kel?
14.4 or some shit.
Speak up a little bit. You're mumbling.
It was $600 million in total revenue.
I think it breaks 5.
I don't think it breaks 500.
I think it breaks 5.
But
You don't think it breaks 500?
Not because it's not. Because I think the boxing matches get a little bit. Just
But I think this is would be the biggest fight in
I
combat
think
sports.
this would be the biggest MMA fight ever.
I think it breaks 5 million easy.
Alright, I pulled it up.
What's that?
It had 4.3 million domestic pay-per-view buys.
Oh, yeah.
$600 million.
Yikes, dog. That's not even nothing. That's just domestic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 600 million.
It doesn't even count all of Ireland.
Ugh.
All of England, because they're a bunch of boxing fans too.
So I don't think it'll beat
I don't know if it
I
beats. I think it beats 5 million.
I think about a GSP.
GSP Habib, I think breaks 5 million. I don't know if it beats.
I don't think
it's
it
zero
beats
chance of it beating Mayweather.
I don't think it beats that. I
think it's gonna do this. It's gonna either be right below it or literally right above it.
I don't think
there's
it gets
going to be
near
a cunt hair of difference. All right?
I don't think gets that close.
I think total revenue hits 400 million.
No, I'm telling. Like that's the thing is like it's gonna come close and it's gonna be close. I don't believe it'll be over. I believe it'll be the right behind it, but
so
it's gonna be one of those
see
two.
A GSP Habib fight going?
Lots of cuddling.
Can't miss it.
A lot of cuddling and a lot of jabbing. Maybe some sidekicks in there.
I have no idea what GSP gameplay is going to be.
Jab and sidekick.
I think I'm curious. I want to see if GSP can take down Habib. It'd be insane, but I want to see if he can do it.
Yeah.
I feel like he could. He is a bigger dude.
Yeah.
But he's old. And I don't know if he's still having his ulcer problems. I don't even know if he can make it down to 155. He says he's been able to do it on test runs, but
I really doubt it.
And also, I mean, GSP's in the gym every day. He's still a killer in his gym. I mean, the only fight he's been saying for a while now has been Khabib. Maybe he's been having a fucking 2-year-long training camp for Khabib.
You know how fucking nuts I
He works, Firas Zahabi's one of the greatest minds in the sport.
Yeah, I mean,
He works with John Danaher, who's one of the, jiu-jitsu aces. He has the whole... Danaher has the whole Danaher Death Squad that's just going around tearing everyone's legs off in fucking BJJ.
Yeah.
GSP knows how to do that shit too, and hey, a wrestler's weakness is jiu-jitsu. And Khabib lost his coach. Not just his coach, but his father. I'm not trying to bring that into it, but... And Khabib has to get past Gaethje, too.
Yeah.
So... Gaethje's a good wrestler,
They've
but...
secretly been planning this fucking fight.
GSP's been, for what, last at least 3 years, is pretty firm. Like, this is the only fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other one before that was, he's like, maybe Conor. But even then, I think he's like, eh.
Well, Conor had to go on a long tear.
Yeah.
Not getting weird trouble.
Well, Conor's had the losses.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone disagrees that Conor's a great fighter. But I don't think anyone disputes... Well, okay, people are going to dispute it. But most people that actually watch the sport aren't going to dispute the fact, like, yeah, Conor's great. He's nowhere near the best. He is great. He's an elite tier because he's so good for striking, but the GOATs can normally beat him. Like, except Aldo. Sorry. I don't know. Any last thoughts on GSP, Khabib? We've talked about this. Sorry, I know it seems like this is the biggest topic really on the fucking list, but we've just talked about this so much the past couple weeks. I'm tired of it.
We talked about this in the last several years.
I know. I don't think there's much left to say. I think we need to see him fight. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And my prediction would be GSP.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm gonna be biased here and just keep rooting for Khabib. Cuddlers unite.
Fair enough.
You look like you cuddle like Khabib.
You're damn right I do.
Let me tell you about Tim Elliott.
Tim Elliott, he's been smoking the devil's lettuce.
They should not suspend him.
Yeah, I
They
don't.
should revoke Nick Diaz's punishment.
I feel like we talked about this on the last podcast too. We didn't even have this topic in here.
Yeah,
Being
we did because this was part of the baseball thing.
yeah.
We're talking about Pete Rose.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my god, we need to talk about Pete Rose again. That'll be on next week. We'll do that with Colin on.
Yeah.
When the return of Swamp Cat.
He's
You know,
like, wait, what?
200
Definite
episodes.
suspension of any fucking
200 episodes. That'll be our 200th episode thing. It'll be a big celebration. The return of Swamp Cat, and everyone's like, fuck! I'm gonna get so much shit. Everyone's gonna be like, I actually like that episode. Like, I love that episode. I'm like, dude,
enough.
you don't know how much editing I did. You guys should go. Well, we're gonna marathon all 10 episodes, right?
Yeah, this is 9. So next
Yeah.
one.
Oh my god, we're gonna marathon 10 episodes. I feel like that's too much.
No such thing.
I think we should start now, after this podcast.
I think we need to do like special dates for guest.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to try. I'm trying to plan like a week ahead. All right, let's finish up these topics. Then we get, we'll throw in some bullshit time. Just talk about random shit.
But from Tim Elliott.
Tim Elliott, weed suspension. God damn, the alien's staring at me again.
Where?
On the tab where it always is.
Oh my gosh, why are you staring at you?
I don't know. I don't like it. He's suspended for marijuana. It sucks.
Yeah.
You're really going hard with the gum, man. I prefer that one's weed. Made less noise. I don't know how I feel. Like, I know how I feel. I think it's stupid. My only problem with the weed thing is you guys they can't be doing it in the ring. They can't be getting high and stepping in the cage. You said Nick Diaz should be revoked. Well, that's the one. Nick Diaz did fight high as fuck. That's the problem.
Yes, by the way.
Who?
Tim Elliott and Jamal Hill both tested positive for marijuana in competition tests.
So in competition has been pretty much the day before, and then I think it's 12 hours after the fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing. They could always spark up right after. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, when it's in that's the thing. Like, Gaslam was out of competition. And people were giving the commission shit. Like, you can't really, like... You don't want your fighter smoking weed in competition. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As much as it...
So
I don't
much
think
as
they
I'd like
should
to
really
feel-
be punished for it, but you can't have it. I
I
don't
mean-
think they should test for alcohol in competition.
No, it should be a purse thing. It's like a certain percentage of the person.
Even
No,
then,
I mean,
I don't want them
here's
taking
my
the money.
thing. I have no problem with them punishing them for this. Because it's not like these in-competition tests are new. This is just them being stupid.
Yeah, they know that's the other thing. You know an in-competition test is going to happen after the fight.
So that's your own... This is their own damn fault.
So it's one of
If
those...
you can't wait 12 fucking hours, that's your fucking fault.
You know there's pee
Sucks.
tests or blood tests?
I think it's piss.
I think it's both, actually. I think they take both.
I think they do blood tests, but I don't think their in-competition is going to be your blood test.
I think the post-fight one is.
Well, yeah, that's... I think they do a blood test, but I don't think they're testing for marijuana and all that stuff in your blood test, because that will show up. Even like marijuana has like a 2-week life in your blood or something like that, so it's going to last. Of course, they can probably tell when. I'm not a scientist, but like I said, when it's in competition, I can understand, and they know they're not supposed to do it. They know the in-competition test is coming, so you can't get too mad at them. Is it stupid? Should it not be a rule? That's up for debate. I'm fine with debate. I'm for complete legalization of marijuana. But, I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, that's the thing with the Nick Diaz thing. People are like, oh, and Nick Diaz did have an outrageous suspension, don't get me wrong. Banned for life at first. Like, they're taking all his money. And it's like, yeah, no, you can't do this. Like, Nevada courts, I get like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Fucking commission. And they changed it to, what, a 5-year suspension? Like $100,000? It's still a ridiculous fine for pot.
Isn't the 5 years already up? Then,
Yeah, well, the thing is, he hasn't paid the money.
Yeah.
That's why he can't even, like, be in Diaz's corner, or Nate's corner. And the thing is, he kind of can if they do it, like, outside the U.S., but then you kind of cross the commission that way, and that's not a good way to go about it.
Yeah, but I mean, the Diaz's are all about crossing the.
I mean,
commission. They don't
I'm
get-
more so like the UFC letting them do that. But I would love to see Nate. I don't ever want to see Nate in the octagon.
You mean Nick?
Yeah, I almost don't want to see Nate either anymore. But
To be fair, speaking of what you're about to say, I just recently was looking at Nick Diaz's Instagram and all that.
yeah,
He doesn't look anywhere near as bad as he did the last time.
yeah,
I
he
saw
looked
him.
really. I've been saying
looked
he does
real
not
bad
look
that
nearly
one
as
day.
bad. But oh my god, he looked so fucked up in that aerial interview.
Nate versus Nick, final fight.
No, we're not talking about this. It's stupid.
Oh,
This was in the last episode. It's a stupid thing. Nate wins.
yeah.
We're ending it there. Alright, Conor McGregor conspiracy theory after these matchups. We got a bunch of it's almost like a welterweight gauntlet. We had this earlier on in the podcast, actually, like episode 2 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
We had all these welterweight fights. And here we are, episode 9. And we have all these upcoming welterweight fights. It's a gauntlet. Oh my god, not this. Fucking
That hurt. That hurt a lot.
What's the first fight?
fucking ridiculous.
this.
Usman
Watch it,
versus
watch it.
Burns.
Watch the video.
Sorry.
Oh god.
Oh, I've seen this.
Boom!
I think
Usman versus Burns.
Usman by decision.
I think Gilbert Burns gets it. I think he's better on the feet. I think he's a better submission fighter. Wrestler's
Yeah.
biggest weakness is submissions.
Yeah. I think Gilbert.
I think it's a tough fight, but I think Gilbert got it. I'm glad they're making the fight.
Yeah.
Jim, you agree with me?
Yeah. Gilbert Burns has got that one.
Next,
It's a fun fight. I can't wait.
fucking... Yeah, the fight I'm most excited for, the grudge match. Not the rubber match, but the grudge match. Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley.
Oh god.
I hope Tyron shows up for this.
Is there a date for this?
I don't know. I don't think the date's out yet.
Um,
It might be out, but I don't know what it is.
I mean, even Kobe's last fight, Kobe looked solid. Tyron, looked solid.
No, he did
No,
not.
he fucking didn't. Are you joking me?
Oh, my bad. I was thinking of,
Gilbert Burns?
yeah. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's almost like it's a fight we love to watch, but it might be too late.
Ex-champ against a man that's been the top 3 in rank in the division for the past year and a half,
Longer than a year. He was number 1. He was the interim champion when Tyrone had the belt.
Yeah. I think.
It's a fight that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Or a fight that needed to happen. I don't know if I need this to happen anymore. I think
you kind of get it over with.
Well, I just don't see anything from Woodley that makes me think he can win this fight.
Honestly, I think Kobe's going to get.
He's on a 10-round skid.
Yeah.
Of just getting dominated. And, I mean, Colby's just as good as Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
I think those 3 guys are easy at the top of the division. And Woodley has a hell of a fight. Jacob, anything to add? Or?
Well, I'm just reading the article about an interview with Tyron from yesterday, or the day before.
Anything you said that makes...
Well, I mean...
Or is it going to be a clown news?
No, I mean, he's calling this, Tyron is saying this is a big fight for him, and, because of all of Colby's talking and all that.
Yeah.
And he's, his words, I feel like Usman and Gilbert are kind of goofy. I didn't feel, no animosity towards them. But with, Colby, I feel more of an urgency is what he said.
Alright, fair enough. I understand what he's saying with that.
Which, I mean... As a semi-Tyron Woodley fan, because obviously we know how good Tyron can be.
We all know how good he fucking was.
Yeah, watching his last 2 fights, doesn't really look like he had any fire.
He looks like a shell.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to fight.
If he wins, I can say immediate title fight.
Yeah?
If he beats Colby, even on a 2-fight skid of bad losses, if you beat Colby, especially if you beat him in a dominant fashion, I think you deserve a title fight. Or he definitely would be right back up there. Maybe he gets, I don't know who he would get.
Colby put up a hell of a fight against Usman.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was a hell of a fight, but that's regardless.
Well, I'm just saying, if he beats Colby, it's not like Colby did terrible against Usman.
Oh, no, Colby was winning the fight. Like, if Usman didn't get that stoppage, Colby would have won.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote this article, but he wrote essentially the same thing,
Okay.
you did. He thinks a definitive win over Colby will erase any doubt over his first losing skid in his career.
Yeah. I mean, I need to see the fight.
Yeah,
Part of me doesn't want to see the fight because I think it's going to be another 5 rounds against Woodley. I will be rooting for Tyron though.
simply because we don't like.
I really hate Colby, but I would love to see Tyron win that fight.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, a fun fight for Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards versus Wonder Boy Stephen Thompson. How do we feel about this fight? That's an interesting one, I feel like.
I hope Leon gets a championship fight soon.
Yeah, it's definitely
I feel a little bad. I feel a little bad about what I'm about to shit on Leon Edwards, but
I know, me too. I'm ready for it.
So
I won my 10 minutes. We'll see.
all right. So I'm gonna feel bad about shitting on Leon Edwards a little bit, but he's got to fight Wonder Boy Thompson now, and he's been just so unlucky with getting his shot at the gold, and it's like now he's got to fight Wonder Boy. If he loses to Wonder Boy, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, Wonder Boy is a tough fight for everyone in the welterweight division. He's a good name, though. He's definitely a name that's going to pop you out. And Leon needs that. That's the whole reason why they booked the Woodley fight. Also with that, I think it's a very winnable fight for Leon right now. Not only is it a winnable fight because of his skill, but Thompson hasn't looked the best as of late. Definitely he does not look the same, or maybe he is the same fierce competitor and the division's just gotten stronger since his fights with Woodley, but it's a tough fight. You know what, I'm actually going to say this. Instead of the championship fight for Woodley, if Woodley beats Colby, I want him to fight Leon Edwards, if Leon wins. I want to see him do that fight, and then obviously if Leon, I hate to give Leon all these extra fights to do, but if he can beat Thompson and Woodley, he needs that fucking title fight.
Yeah.
They need to give it a belt for a minute.
Just give him a belt. Jorge Masvidal, just give him the BMF belt. He deserves it.
That man has tried so hard for so long.
Speaking of Masvidal, unless Kelp, got anything to say about the Thompson Edwards fight?
If he wins that and he beats Tyron, he's the greatest non-champion of all time.
There's a lot of fighters on that list.
Like,
Yeah, there are.
He could make a debate for that.
Just for UFC, remember Alistair Overeem and Uriah Faber are on that list.
Yeah.
Uriah Faber, they both won belts, but not in the UFC. Joseph Benavidez is on that list. There's a lot of fighters on that list.
Leon will make a solid case.
Leon would make a solid case. Speaking of the BMF, who should he fight next?
Jorge?
Yeah. I want the Nate fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I want a fun
What are you
fight
talking
for Jorge Masvidal.
Next fight.
He just lost a champion.
Yeah.
Who should he fight? Oh man, it's over. Finally kicked us off from watching it.
What?
We had the Dana White's Contender Series. It was going on for a long time, but it ended.
Yeah,
It just kept playing commercials and finally kicked it off. Thank you, I appreciate that. Who should Masvidal fight?
Nate Diaz.
I like it too. Kelby?
I agree 100%.
And do
Daniel Diaz.
we want Nate over Connor?
Yeah.
And do we want it over Colby?
If Nate beats Jorge, they need to do the Nate Connor fight.
That third one has still just
The trilogy.
been in the conversation forever. And
It
it's
will
probably,
happen.
I don't know about that anymore, man.
It will happen. I feel like that might be Connor's last fight.
Like, I think that might be both their last fights.
I feel they retire together. That would be, especially if they had
like,
like
think
the
about it.
fucking.
They tie.
Imagine if they pull a Maynard Edgar too. They just draw.
Yeah, but like, think about
That's
it.
a great end to it.
Yeah,
Actually, I'd be happy with it. That's what I want for Connor's
Yeah, but
career.
you're like, think about it. Like,
Draw.
Connor's position is like, yeah, he's just kind of done, right? Like, but Nate's is like, he's getting to the point where his fighting style is gonna keep losing him fights because the doctor's gonna keep stopping the fight. He's not even gonna get
He
finished
just
by
punched
people.
one time and above the eyebrow.
Like,
He
like
breaks
he's
open.
not even gonna get finished anymore. A
Do you
doctor's
think he
gonna be
should
stopping
do
the
what
fights.
Vandy did and get the scar tissue removed?
I would,
Yeah, he needs to do something.
because like,
How many times has this happened?
that's the thing is that it
He's
bleeds
only had the
super
one
heavily.
doctor stoppage
Well,
from it.
I remember I was watching a fight.
But that's the
about
first time
6-7
since
years ago, and he
came
got
back.
punched right there and cut right open.
Yeah, no, he's been.
He's had
every
that problem.
fight. Who was it? Benson that did it. It was one of his early fights where someone fucked him up and cut him up bad. He was on.
Yeah.
I think he was on the ground. Someone got on top. It wasn't Benson. Someone just. Jake Shields.
Possibly.
It was like I want to say it was like Hendricks, Shields, Condit, one of those tough motherfuckers from back in the day. Someone just cut him up bad, and he got this bad scar tissue. Then he always got a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz was also one of the guys at the time that just fought so much, and he was always in the title picture, but he was never the number one contender. He'd always be like one fight away from the title fight and lose that fight. So he was always fighting the toughest motherfuckers, getting punched in the face, getting cut up, and now he just has insane scar tissue that just bleeds too easy.
And it's not even like it's necessarily a bad cut. It's a cut that's easy to stop. It's just the minute it gets
He's
touched
had
again, it's going to
he's had a
start
better
bleeding again.
career. Nate Diaz or Cowboy?
I mean, Cowboy, probably for sure.
Not like the amount of people they fought, but just in general. Just
Yeah,
what
I
would
mean,
you rather be?
I'd rather be Cowboy. Holding
Cowboy.
like 4 records.
Yeah.
By merit, Cowboy. By money, I think you gotta go with Nate.
Yeah, I'm almost certain Nate's made more than Cowboy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that's the
weird
thing, is
because
like-
Cowboy has fought more than Nate, so he might have been. And Cowboy gets paid well,
Yeah, it's
and
probably
he
it's
gets the
probably,
bonuses.
it's probably a real close one.
It's but I think Nate has had more high-profile fights. I think he has a bigger fan base.
Yeah.
I think that's arguable, but I think he does have a bigger fan base. But Cowboy is...
But Cowboy's a name that
Cowboy's
people who
Cowboy.
don't even watch MMA know who.
A lot of
Oh,
people know
sorry.
that of Diaz now because of Conor and Jorge, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one. That's a great question.
I think this comes
Good job,
down to
Phil.
personal opinion. Cause
I think it is because
if you're
they're the
interested-
same, but they're the different sides of the coin.
Yeah. Like,
There's the good guy and the bad guy.
it's not even that. It's the what do you want out of your fighting career? Like, if you're doing it to make a lot of money because you can make a lot of money doing it.
Fuck it. Let's run Nate Cowboy back. Fuck Conor. Fuck Jorge.
Cowboy name good.
But no. Anyway,
I mean, fuck.
it's
Thanks
that
for
is
shooting down my fight.
I love the
That
fight.
was
It'd be
fun.
fucking great. I'd love to watch that. But no, like it's like Derek said, they're two sides of the coin. If you're interested in making a lot of money fighting, Nate Diaz's career is the kind of career you want. But if you're
weird.
someone like me who now Nate Diaz isn't the kind of guy
I would
who's
argue
just,
that because that's a very recent development. It's just in his last two
yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at right now. Is
Two,
Nate
three.
Diaz isn't that kind of person. He's not really doing it because he wants to make money.
Yeah.
But like, if you're the kind of person who's trying to use fighting to make money, Nate Diaz's career is the kind of career you
Those
want.
two are so similar. It's not even funny.
But Cowboys,
They're so similar and so different.
Like if
Cowboys' career is the kind of
personality.
career if you're someone like me who just wants to fight.
Alright. Last matchup. Who do you want Shimaev to fight?
Say it again.
Shimaev. Hamzat. Habib 2.0.
Yeah. He's 170, right?
Yeah. If you guys want to pull up the thing, you can pull up the thing.
I gotta pull it up because they're trying to get him on the 252 card, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say open. You don't have to worry about who it is, or like if they already have a event book. Just who would you like him to fight?
Uriah Hall.
All right.
Different, it's in weight class, isn't it?
Yeah, Uriah Hall's a middleweight, but
Oh, wow, let's like see him fight Uriah Hall.
that's fair enough, I guess. I got a very easy pick,
Yeah.
and it hurts me
Oh, you say Lee.
because I definitely don't want Shimaev to fight anyone in the top 10, and unfortunately, this fucking beautiful man, this monster, this one of my favorite fighters, Mr. Robbie Lawler, is ranked number 13.
Yeah.
Give him to Robbie Lawler. Have Robbie fuck him
It's
up.
also weird that Robbie Lawler's 13.
I'd be a lot of time to fuck up.
I think Robbie Lawler fucks up Shimaev easy.
Nope.
Hey,
I-
that's
Robbie is still on the old man trend of I'm on my way out. I'm not ready for my final hoorah yet.
I think you're out of your mind if you think Shimaev.
He's been going further and further down.
He hasn't looked bad though.
I think
No,
I
he
think it's a
hasn't.
great fight. I think it's a great decision.
Bad or not, he's been losing.
I think he fucks up someone like Shimaev though.
What is he trying to fight?
Bad or not,
253?
he's been losing. He's getting
yeah,
old.
The one, I think it's the Stipe DC one.
Jesus, he's trying to fight then?
Yeah, which is next week.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's why. That's another reason why he's fighting at the regional pace. Just constant fight, and I think you do that, and you want to get in a fight with Robbie Lawler. I think Robbie Lawler wins that. I think the experience disadvantage. We can disagree. We can put money on that too if you want.
You think Robbie Lawler would take a fight?
I think Robbie Lawler would love to take a fucking rising guy with a ton of hype behind him and fuck him up.
Like, I mean,
Listen, I'm telling you, Robbie's getting old. Robbie's age
Huh?
is catching up
You
to
think Robbie
him.
Lawler would take a fight next week?
No,
Okay.
it would not be that quick. I'm just saying, who would you want for?
Oh, no, in general, yeah.
In general, I think Robbie Lawler would be a fun fight. I think it's a fair fight for Shimaev.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying I'm very certain Robbie's age is finally catching up to him, and he's gonna continue trending down until his final hoorah.
I completely disagree with you. I think Robbie has probably another good 3-4 years in him.
I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just
I
saying.
think he has another
How
title
old is
run
he?
in him. It's not that old, but he has a lot of mileage on him. He's been around
I
forever.
didn't think he was...
He's been.
around for a long time.
He was
He's
in the
38.
UFC.
I know he was like early UFC too.
He was in the UFC, I think, before, and then he left. He got kicked out or left. Went to Strike 4.
Remember when Nate kicked his fucking ass?
I don't think
All right.
Nate. It might have been Nick.
All right, so he's 38 years old and has been competing since 2001.
Which Diaz did he fight?
I think he's fought both, but I think he fought Nick.
One of them he got his ass fucking tore up to him by a younger version of him. Person
Yeah,
was
that
younger
might have
than
been Nate. I think he fought Nick too, though.
him. Yeah.
Or was it not? Because Nick was a middleweight, but did he fight at welterweight ever?
Wait, no, it was one of them, and Lawler was talking so much shit, and the other guy was so quiet, and then fucking one of Diaz's just went in there and fucking annihilated
Okay,
him.
so that's not completely true because the Diaz talks mad shit.
Well, it was young.
I know that's. I know you're misremembering it because maybe it was in the press conference,
No,
but you know.
Robbie Lawler was talking like.
Oh no, Robbie Lawler will talk shit, but you know the Diaz are going to talk shit too.
Well, Diaz was like, I'm just gonna show them up.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he said.
All right, fought Nick Diaz in 2004.
Yeah. I
So
think
far,
he
that's
would have
the
fought
only
Nate.
one- That's the only one I've seen. Yeah, he's
Oh.
only fought Nick.
It was Nick.
I don't feel like talking about. Okay, I'm going to talk about Conor very briefly.
I'm telling you, this is not a conspiracy theory.
There is a conspiracy theory going on. It's
Fucking, I'm the man who has the fucking pin board with the fucking strings connecting everything.
You haven't seen my house.
I've never seen this
In
TV
a
do
while.
that.
Yeah, we haven't touched it in a while. It's the longest you haven't touched the TV.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kelly. Okay. Conor's biggest payday. I'm just gonna go off on a tangent. Conor's biggest payday was obviously against Floyd. He loses that fight, but everyone agrees he did a lot better than what people thought he would. Another big name at the time for Conor fight was Manny Pacquiao, but no one would. People would buy it, but at that point, it was not a fight that I think people would really want to make. Pacquiao versus Mayweather, Pacquiao versus Conor, because Conor just lost to fucking Mayweather. He's not a boxer. It was a spectacle. It's a once-time thing. We're moving on. Conor's always said he wants to go back to boxing. And back then, was talking shit to Pacquiao, too. He goes back to the UFC. He fights Khabib. He becomes probably the biggest heel in the sport since Chael. Arguably, maybe bigger than Chael. Not sure. That's a little more controversial. Chael was such a heel at the time.
I think he took the role a lot more seriously than Chael. He definitely towed that line of being an actual asshole a lot more heavily.
Conor, biggest heel, hated. He loses to Khabib. He comes back. He kind of gets some good gracious back when he fought Cowboy. He was very well behaved in that. But now he's in this
Anger
spot.
management classes are working out.
Yeah. He's in this spot. Khabib says he's only having the 2 fights left. One has to be Gaethje. The next one most likely will be GSP. If Khabib loses, it's not going to be Conor either, I don't think. Honestly, I think if Khabib loses to Gaethje, he retires. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, if he loses, it's very clearly going to be the fight. Finally, we're going to get the Tony fight.
Maybe. That wouldn't be bad either. But
That
Tony's
would be so anticlimactic.
this was not a topic, but Tony Dustin Poirier looks like it might be happening.
Interesting.
That they've been talking some shit.
But by the way, that'd be so anticlimactic. If after all this time, them trying to get Tony and Khabib to fight for the title, they both have to lose to Justin Gaethje and fight outside of a title fight. That'd be so
As long as we
anticlimactic.
get it, I think I'm okay.
Whoever wins that fight, fights for the title, and calls it a day.
I want it to be a 3-round fight too. Have it be a co-main under Gaethje Conor.
That'll never happen in a million fucking years.
Oh, just disrespect the shit
You
out
want
of
to
it.
talk about breaking some record numbers? That's the one.
Just I don't know if Tony or Khabib would take that.
You wouldn't. There's not.
I think they have too much
Sit-
pride to
Dude,
be put
honestly-
under Conor.
Yeah, to be honest, if it was Gaethje Poirier, they'd probably be like, all right, fair enough.
Just because it's Connor.
They'd probably still fight for the co-main to be a 5-round fight.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know
like-
if they get it, but yeah, no, it has to be its own fight. It should be its own fight. And
Something is
pay-per-view.
happening at the end of that fight.
All right,
like,
anyways.
after the fights are
Or
over.
anyways, I'm moving on from this.
Fucking another school bus incident.
I'm moving on from this.
Glass breaks.
Conor now, or Chimaev has called out Conor McGregor, talking all this shit, saying he has flown to Ireland to kick his ass. and whatever. He's calling him out. Conor says, he tweets out, "I accept." Chimaev says, "Beg me for it." A Conor line. Conor says, "Oh, sorry, let me clarify." I don't remember the language off the top of my head. In Manny Pacquiao's home language, he says, "I accept." I think there's a conspiracy theory that Conor's been building this up, because I think this could be a bigger fight than Floyd McGregor would be Conor Pacquiao. It also, okay, even if you disagree with that, let's talk about Conor Pacquiao now. That's a fun fight.
After you're done, I'll explain why I don't think this is a conspiracy theory. I'm going to explain it to them, not you.
I'll just edit it out.
I'm going to talk right now.
I'm joking.
I am following. I can see it.
I'm joking. Once again, I was high, and this is a half big. I'm not really too serious about it, but
Pacquiao.
Okay, I want to talk about Conor Pacquiao.
My only issue is that
Conor Pacquiao.
Why?
Yeah, that's the biggest question. Why? But I think those reasons behind it are a good reason why you would like to see. Okay, well, I want to see how Conor would do against Pacquiao in boxing, because Conor did do pretty good against Floyd. Let's see how he does against Pacquiao, who is not as good as Floyd. He has shown that he's not. So he's been near retirement. He should have retired.
For a Canelo Triple G Conor fight.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Not at all. You fucking idiot.
I think that could happen.
Yeah,
Pacquiao.
Canelo would kill.
It's like
Canelo would kill Conor. Conor didn't have a chance against Floyd.
Do you think Canelo
will beat Floyd right now if they box.
Canelo.
There's a reason why Floyd never fought Canelo again.
I very minimally follow boxing, and
Canelo can beat Floyd. Conor can't beat Floyd. He has no chance against Canelo.
Honestly, what happened in the Floyd McGregor fight is going to happen would happen in the Canelo McGregor fight, just a couple rounds faster.
But Pacquiao, I think, is actually a winnable fight for Conor, because Pacquiao is kind of out of it. It also gives Pacquiao a great payday. I think it gives Conor a better payday than Floyd. I'm not saying that sells more, but I think Conor brings more, is able to get more out of that contract than he would have from Floyd, so he gets paid more, if that makes sense. Because Floyd took the majority of the Conor money. The Conor Mayweather money. I think it will be a lot more even in the Pacquiao-McGregor one.
Yeah.
My personal opinion. Also, I think it would sell close to it. I think it would sell close to 6 million when it is Conor. But Conor's a lot more hated, so more people are going to watch it. You're going to bring all the Southeast people watching Pacquiao in, plus the Irish, plus the American audience, plus the UK audience, the Russian audience, because they hate Conor.
Yeah.
You're going to get a bunch of people fucking watching this fight. That's what I think the money is.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, he's made himself so fucking hated across the world that I think people would buy into this and make some money. I think that's... it's just...
I don't even call that a conspiracy. I just call that a good business plan from Conor.
Okay, I think it's a conspiracy, though. Because Conor doesn't want you to know that. I don't know. Alright.
Well, people aren't going to know that because people are stupid.
Well, that's why it's a conspiracy.
Conor Pacquiao. You heard it here, folks.
This has been a long one.
Oh, yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
That was a good one.
Kelby's annoyed me quite a bit this podcast.
Someone just knocked something over.
Talking over people.
Spilling
fucking beer.
Use my box to wipe it up.
I like how you just have your boxers fucking ready. Anything you'd like to leave? Any last comments, questions, concerns? Jacob?
Not really. Besides, Conor's just not a conspiracy theorist.
Well, he's not a conspiracy theorist. He's a great master.
No, he's
Kelby,
not.
anything you'd like to end us out on?
Conor takes Pacquiao out on the 6th round knockout. Pacquiao just loses.
So you're leaving.
I'm going to bed after this.
Alright.
Yeah, Easy will not be president. I'm saying it here first. It's the last time I'm talking about Kanye West.
Get out of here. I need to sign off. Thank you for watching. I have been the Mocking Dirk. With me were Haven and the Mocking Kelp. Please, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Help us spread our conversations by sharing either on social media platforms or through word of mouth. Please, if you want to join the conversation, either comment below on YouTube or send us a message at Instagram. We are The Official Birdnest, or send us an email directly at theofficialbirdnest@gmail.com. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Adios, amigos.